Imagine this. You're walking down a cobblestone street in Lisbon. The streets are slippery from a recent rain. You lose your footing, slip, and break your ankle. Ambulance ride, hospital stay, x rays, surgery, and a bill for 10,000 euros. Now, here's the kicker. If you thought that your Canadian health card would cover it, well, it won't. This video is about how to avoid that kind of shock because a little planning can save you a lot of grief and money. Hi, I'm John. This is Solo Travel After 60, Gathering No Moss. I've been traveling for years, often solo, and I've had my share of surprises. But one thing I don't leave to chance anymore: travel health insurance. If you're a Canadian resident, I live in Ontario, you've got your provincial health care coverage. That's fantastic at home. But the minute you leave the country, it may cover very little. Sometimes $50 a day in hospital or maybe $400 for surgery. That's it. The rest? Well, that's your problem. And even then, with other than your home province in Canada, things like ambulances, prescriptions, and certain diagnostic tests might not be covered fully between provinces. So it's a mistake to assume that free healthcare travels with you. If you live in other parts of the world, review what medical coverage you have through whatever your personal medical plan provides. In the meantime, I'll summarize what additional health coverage can be helpful to supplement your plan. Most of us have some insurance already, but we don't always know what it is that we've got. These are the three common sources. The first would be employee or retiree health benefits. This often includes good emergency medical coverage, sometimes up to $5 million. But check how long you're covered. It might only be for 15 or 30 days per trip. And pre existing conditions? Usually they must be stable for 90 days before travel, with no changes in meds or treatment. The second is credit card insurance, like Visa or MasterCard or American Express. Premium cards may include travel health benefits, trip cancellation, and lost baggage insurance. But many only cover you if you've paid for the trip with that card. And here's a big catch. Some, like the American Express Cobalt card, stop covering you at age 65. Others, like a Visa Infinite card, reduce coverage duration to only 4 days, including your departure day if you're over age 70. So be sure to check the fine print on your credit card agreements before you rely on them for medical coverage while you're away. The third kind of coverage is standalone travel insurance. This is where you'll fill in the gaps. There are private companies like Blue Cross or Manulife or Canadian or American Automobile Association, and even your credit card that can offer plans tailored for seniors, including snowbirds. You can get coverage for longer trips, higher risk, or complex medical histories for a price. Now, what happens if you're hospitalized abroad? Let's say you're in Italy and you're admitted to the hospital after a car accident. What do? First, call your travel insurer's emergency assistance number right away. They'll confirm your coverage and often guarantee payment directly to the hospital. If they can't arrange direct payment, you may need to pay and claim later, so keep every receipt. Don't count on your credit card insurer to step in unless you've met all their conditions, like using that card to book your trip. When I travel, I carry a small info card with my policy number and emergency contact. It's with me all the time. I also keep a photo of it on my phone. It's simple, and in an emergency, it could make a big difference. So, what do I do to prepare myself before I go? Here's my suggested checklist before every international trip. First, know what insurance you have and what it covers. Understand the pre existing condition clauses. Make sure your insurer's emergency number is saved in your phone and that you have a paper copy as well in case you lose your phone somehow. Bring a printed list of your medications and your medical conditions, and tell a family member or a friend how to access your insurance in an emergency. And if you're going somewhere remote or less developed, consider adding emergency evacuation coverage. If you need an air ambulance from Nepal or Nicaragua, you'll be glad that you did. I've heard what happens when people don't plan. And I also know how a 5-minute phone call to your insurer can save you thousands and give you peace of mind whenever you're far away from home. Travel is about freedom, discovery, and joy, not about worrying about hospital bills. If you found this helpful, hit the like button or even consider subscribing. I've got more tips for solo travelers over 60 and maybe some stories from the road coming soon. Until next time, I'm John. I'm gathering no moss and helping you to travel smarter.